Silence at the right moment, peak wisdom. In a world where we are constantly bombarded by noise, whether from work, technology, or social media, it's easy to forget the importance of quiet. We often think that in order to be heard, we need to speak more, but what if I told you that the key to true power isn't in what you say, but in what you don't say? Welcome to Destiny Lies in Your Hands, where today we will explore one of the most powerful tools for self-transformation, silence. In this video, you will learn why silence is not just the absence of sound, but a powerful, positive force that can lead you to deep peace, insight, and wisdom. What if I told you that silence has the ability to heal, focus, and bring profound insights into your life in ways that words never could? Let's explore why silence is one of the most powerful, yet underutilized tools we have in our hands. The power of silence, unlocking inner peace and wisdom. We live in a world filled with constant noise. From social media notifications pinging us every second, to news channels telling us what to think, to the never-ending conversations happening around us, there is almost never a quiet moment. But where do we find space for our own thoughts amidst all this noise? Silence is not just the absence of sound, it's a state in which you can hear your own thoughts, explore your true emotions, and reconnect with your core essence. Silence is not just about stillness, it's about finding your voice amidst all the external noise. But silence is not easy. In fact, it's something many of us avoid. It makes people uncomfortable. We live in a world that celebrates constant activity, yet silence can often be the most powerful action. Sometimes, silence holds more power than 1,000 words. There's a story from the Three Kingdoms period. When Kongming, Zhuge Liang, faced Sima Yi in a siege. Sima Yi's army thought they had won when they saw Kongming's fortress empty, and the soldiers seemingly distracted. However, instead of attacking and seizing the fortress, they hesitated when they saw Kongming calmly playing the zither, relaxed and silent as though nothing was happening. Sima Yi saw this and began to suspect that it might be a trick, a trap, and eventually had to withdraw, fearing that Kongming's forces were laying an ambush. This story clearly illustrates that the power of timely silence can make an opponent uncertain about what's real and what's fake, creating confusion in their ranks and forcing them to retreat, even though the fortress was empty. At this point, you must be thinking, silence is indeed powerful, both in strategy and in everyday life. Silence and the process of self-discovery. The Buddha once said, "In silence, you will find your true self." This is a profound teaching. Natural self-discovery can happen when we take the time to escape the noise and listen inwardly. In silence, we are freed from the continuous distractions that pull us away from our own reality. Silence helps us reconnect with our inner safety. We often confuse busyness with productivity, but in reality, noise and constant activity only cloud our perception. In silence, we hear the truth about our desires, goals, and emotions. It's where we find the clarity that allows us to connect with our true self. Once, the Buddha was on alms rounds with his disciples in a village. At that time, a man from the village, who did not understand the principles of Buddhism, criticized him. The man said that the Buddha's alms rounds were a lowly act, unworthy of his fame and wisdom. He mocked the Buddha, and claimed he was living like a beggar. The Buddha's response was not an angry reaction, or a rebuke to the man. He did not respond with anger or negativity. Instead, the Buddha chose silence, and remained calm and respectful. Later, when he returned to his disciples, some of them asked the Buddha about the incident, and his reaction to the criticism. The Buddha explained to his disciples, when a person gives you a gift, and you do not accept it, the gift remains with the giver. Similarly, when the man criticized him, the Buddha chose not to accept the criticism. If the Buddha had responded or felt offended, he would have received the negative gift that the man offered. But by remaining silent and not reacting, the criticism had no effect on him. He taught his disciples that only those who are aware of their own nobility can maintain peace, and not be affected by the criticism of others. The Buddha never allowed anyone to change his nature, or disrupt his inner tranquility. Silence in a noisy world. In modern society, silence is often seen as a luxury, something we rarely encounter when we have time to spare. We fill every moment of leisure with phones, conversations, and work. But what if silence wasn't a luxury, but a necessity? What if it's the key to true success and happiness? Silence allows us to escape the constant need to prove ourselves. It teaches us resilience, and helps us nurture mindfulness. By embracing silence, we allow ourselves to enter the inner world, and connect with the present moment. In a state of silence, we stop seeking validation from others and begin to recognize the true value within ourselves. In a long meditation retreat, participants are asked to remain completely silent, making no sounds or words. They focus solely on listening to their breath, and feeling the sensations in their body. When no longer distracted by noise or words, they begin to notice deep thoughts, and emotions that would normally be easily overlooked. It's in this silence that they can observe, and confront those emotions, and thoughts more clearly, allowing them to address them consciously and wisely, rather than letting them control them unconsciously. The benefits of silence. 1. Clarity of emotion. Silence clears away emotional reactions, allowing us to examine issues, and rely on their true nature. It creates space to process emotions rather than react impulsively. 2. Strengthening relationships. We often think that talking is key to strengthening relationships. But sometimes, saying less can be more. When we are silent, we become better listeners, more empathetic, and more attuned to the needs of others. 3. Improved focus. In a world full of distractions, silence helps us regain true focus. Silence helps you eliminate disruptions, and focus on what truly matters. 4. Stress reduction. Silence helps relax your nervous system, easing anxiety, and creating space for relaxation and restoration. Embracing silence. It's important to recognize that silence is not just about sitting still in a room. It's about practicing presence with yourself, creating space for reflection, and learning to listen to your thoughts without judgment. Silence practice. 1. Prepare the space. Choose a quiet place. Turn off your phone and other distractions. 2. Seated posture. Choose a comfortable sitting position. Keep your hands relaxed. 3. Breathing. Start with deep breathing, inhale and exhale slowly. 4. Observe sensations. Focus on the sensations in your body. 5. Observe thoughts. Don't interfere with your thoughts, just observe. 6. Embrace silence. Let the silence fully envelop you. 7. Finish the practice. Gradually end the practice, open your eyes, and feel the change in your body. The inner power of silence. In a world driven by speed, noise, and constant communication, learning the power of silence may seem counterintuitive. However, the greatest individuals in history have understood this principle. True power lies in knowing when to speak, and when to remain silent. It's about mastering the art of restraint, choosing your words carefully. By embracing silence, you begin to regain control over your mind, and emotions. You stop reacting impulsively, and instead start responding thoughtfully. The shift in how you interact with this world will not only improve your personal well-being, but also enhance your relationships. You will begin to realize that your life becomes more meaningful. The world around you may seem quieter, but in that silence, you will find your voice, the true voice that comes from deep wisdom, calmness, and inner peace. If this video resonates with you, I invite you to share your thoughts on silence and its role in your life in the comments below. How has silence brought more peace into your life? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others who might benefit from it. Let's continue this journey together in search of inner peace. Thank you for watching. Destiny lies in your hands. See you in the next video.